Hi boys and girls, Miss Cabrera here, and for this project I am going to ask you to become an Imagineer. Now, an Imagineer are people who develop ideas for Disney. So they dream up these ideas, they design and they build for the theme parks, attractions, roller coasters, rides, things for the resorts, the cruise ships, and they work with teams of people to develop these incredible experiences for anyone that comes to visit. So today you are going to become an Imagineer and you are going to develop a ride for Disney. So I'm going to kind of go through it. I broke it down a little bit. Steps to help you get there towards your goal of designing an awesome ride. But I'm also going to link some really fun videos. Some are Imagineers speaking about their job, how they, stuff that they do on a daily basis, how they create these rides. And then also there's some fun videos that riders who participated in these rides took videos. And so it's like a really immersive experience where you can be on the ride without actually being at Disney. So if you have been at Disney, you kind of have a reference point, but all of us right now, this is a perfect time for us to take these virtual Disney rides. So check those out below and let's get started. All right, so as I said, the Imagineers are people, the creative team at Disney, the engineers, the graphic designers, the sculptors, the scientists, everyone that works together on teams to create these incredible experiences. So that is going to be you for this project. The first thing you want to do is come up with your concept for your ride. Is it going to be, we'll kind of get to that. But first, what I want you to think about, what is your favorite Disney movie? You want to create something that you really love. Think of like your dream ride. Now, also you could look at it as a way as what kind of ride doesn't exist yet. So I know they are working on, a Star Wars experience and things like that. So if there is a movie of a ride that already does exist, you can still put your own spin on it. So we're going to be looking at like the Toy Story ride, for example. Excuse me. And if Toy Story is your absolute favorite movie and that's what you want to create, you can still do that, but just create something, other than the Slinky ride. So next what you're going to do is mind map the movie. And I'm going to show you what that means. It's going to be a way to help you generate your ideas for the type of ride that you want to create. All right, so let's talk about mind maps. Mind maps are something that we do in the classroom to help us when we are generating ideas. So the way you want to start is just with a piece of paper. It can be scrap paper, any kind of paper, and you are going to write your idea in the center. So, oh my goodness, I love so many Disney movies, but I think I'm going to go with The Lion King because that is one of my absolute all-time favorites. I will say this too. If there's something you want to do within like the Universal realm, that's totally fine too. So, something with like Marvel, I don't even know. Is that Disney? Is that Universal? It's like too much. I can't keep up. But if you want to do something that is not technically within the Disney world, that's completely fine too. So like say like Jurassic Park, that would be at like Universal, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write The Lion King right in the center. And circle it. And then from here, I'm going to start to generate ideas. So one of the first things I think about with The Lion King is the landscape. So for that, the setting is the Pride Lands. And within that, what else could fall under that category of the Pride Lands? Africa, Pride Rock, I'm like filming close to windows today, and I feel like there's a lot of street noise, so apologize for that. Let's see, like leaves and almost kind of like jungle scenes. Like I'm picturing like with like Timon and Pumbaa like singing. Leaves, waterfall, things like that would fall into that category. And then another huge part for me is the music. So I would put music here, and then from here, the songs. Circle of Life. I Just Can't Wait to Be King. How good is that song? I'm just gonna write King. I know what that means. Hakuna Matata. I'm not quite sure about that spelling, but it's just to generate ideas. Let's see, Circle of Life, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, Hakuna Matata. I mean, just like the intro music is so beautiful. All right, so that's my ideas there. And then maybe I would start doing some like characters, like maybe I put the lions. You know, you have Simba, Mufasa, Nala, friends, I'm gonna put over here, Rafiki, Timon, Pumbaa, and you know, you get the idea, but you could really keep going and just go forever with this type of thing. But then what you want to do from here, once you have your mind map, is come up with your concept then. So reference your mind map, and then as you start to think about this ride. So right here I wrote, you're not creating the entire movie in a ride. You just want to choose either a character to follow or like one scene from the movie. You could go through like the setting of where a ride that takes you through the different settings in the movie, something like that. But just pick almost like a little snippet from that movie and create a ride based off of it. So for an example, the Snow White ride, which is like the 7 dwarfs take you through like the mine, and almost kind of like you get to see like the behind the scenes of what it's like for them to work in the mine. So that might not even necessarily be in the movie, but you're creating something based off these characters and based off like their experiences in the movie. So that's why it's like really, really open to interpretation, and you can go in a million different ways with this. Next, some things you want to think about for your ride. Is it super fast? Like, is speed really important? Or is it slow? You know, it doesn't even necessarily have to be like a roller coaster type thing. Like, if think of like the teacups, you know, it's like a slower ride for more toddlers, like little kids. Is it set completely outdoors? Are there any components where your ride might go inside? What is the lighting like? Is that important for your ride? You know, is it essential that it's more of like a nighttime experience? Does it need to be inside for other reasons in terms of lighting? Think about that. Is there music playing? Are there noises? For me, for doing The Lion King, the music would be absolutely essential. I think I would like start off my ride with the initial opening music of the movie, because I feel like that would really like set the tone. And then also think about, this is really fun too, the ride operators, the people putting you on the ride and welcoming you to the ride, what would they be wearing? How would they fit within this theme of this ride that you are creating? What kind of character are they playing? And then what also is super important is think about the mood of your ride. Is it a spooky ride? Is it a silly ride? Is it going to make your rider super happy? Is it going to make your rider, terrified? Think about that. Think about the experience that you want to create for the person riding. And then once you have all your ideas put together, then you can start to build and create your incredible ride. Because remember, as the Imagineer, you're starting from point A to point B. So with the concept, and now you have to create it. So that is also completely open-ended. So here I wrote, you can build it with blocks, you can build it with Lego. There's tons of different tracks and things like that with cars that you could make a really cool roller coaster. But then also think about too, you can combine materials. So say you're doing Lego or like tracks from a car, you can build characters out of paper and maybe have them like set up throughout the ride. You could also even just draw it on paper, and maybe that's super cool and like intricate and like really detailed through a sketch. Making that, taking that to the next level is you could draw something on paper and then add pop-ups. So maybe you have strips of paper to, you know, illustrate where the ride's going and twisting and turning and things like that, or creating your little characters in like a 3D form that you can tape to the paper. You could also use recycled materials, which would be really awesome. So, you know, paper towel tubes and toilet paper tubes and cans from your kitchen and, you know, boxes and anything you can find around the house to like physically build a roller coaster would be absolutely incredible. So this, I hope you're inspired by this. Like I said, I'm going to link some really cool videos from Imagineers at Disney speaking about their process a little bit, and then also some ride experiences that you can check out. But there's like endless videos on YouTube. If you search that, there's really, really cool videos. I mean, I could post a million, but you can go through and just kind of find the ones that really interest you. And I cannot wait to see what you come up with.